I'm doing a story about FeFe. So I don't know if you guys heard, but FeFe caught a suspension recently. I'm not exactly sure how long the suspension was. I'm not sure if it was for a day, 3 days, a week. Don't know. But she caught a suspension apparently for her new outfit. Uh, she showed hips. FeFe's new outfit basically had like a swimsuit style top with tights, and she caught a ban. And she went on Twitter say like, what the hell? My artist made sure, my artist had the TOS, and they made sure to follow the rules. And people are saying like, well, you shouldn't have been banned. You're wearing tights, so it's a whole fucking thing. But apparently there may be more to this than meets the eye. So I'm really kind of curious what more there is to meet the eye, because honestly, with a lot of these big VTubers lately, when they protesteth too much, usually there's something in the background that kind of like circumvents the very argument that they're making. So I'm curious if that's the case here. And yeah, that's going to come up, is that if they're dinging FeFe for her outfit, how come Lily hasn't been dinged for her last two outfits? And I think we're going to get an explanation on that one too. I'm not going to spoil it. I already know ahead of time a little bit of what's going on there. But yeah, I'm guessing Rev is probably going to bring up. Oh yeah, we know why, and Rev is probably going to bring that up. So let's get into it and see what's going on.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the latest popular VTuber to be banned on Twitch. Now you guys know I am a staunch defender of many different VTubers who have been banned on Twitch because I believe in many cases they have been subject to unfair and biased application of the terms of service. That is a theme present throughout Twitch, but VTubers in particular have the most unfair and really inconsistent treatment when it comes to the terms of service. However, in this video, I'm going to be a bit of a party pooper, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to require some nuance, something that is really lost these days. We can say this. On the one hand, we can recognize that Twitch is incredibly biased and inconsistent when it comes to the application of their terms of service. But we can also not have a lot of pity for a habitual rule breaker who's working on their 10th or so ban on Twitch for the same exact behavior, who's now trying to claim they're the victim of unfair treatment while claiming they did absolutely nothing wrong. That is the situation we're dealing with today. So please hear me out. Let's talk about this VTuber.
Okay, going in, I was not aware that FeFe has caught a ban from Twitch like 10 fucking times before for the same thing. I was unaware of this. This should get interesting.
We're here named FeFe. As you can see, their Twitch following, they are quite a big content creator. And there's someone who is a lewdtuber. They not only stream on the adult sites, but also on the traditional platforms like YouTube and Twitch. Their content is extremely sexualized, and you can think whatever you want about that. That's not the point of this video. It's just there for context. Now, over the years, FeFe has been banned, demonetized, shadow banned, even when it comes to traditional platforms like YouTube and Twitch, over and over and over again, pretty much for the same exact reasons. And recently on Twitch, in this particular stream right here, she debuted a new outfit for her VTuber model, and as you can see, it is quite racy, and to the surprise.
He couldn't show it. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. I'll see if I can find it. I know Rev is scared to post it on YouTube because YouTube, YouTube being YouTube. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So this is the video. This is the outfit that Rev didn't want to show. But this is the outfit that FeFe got banned for. That's it. She's wearing like a latex, like bunny suit kind of thing and tights. That's why it's no nudity, nothing terrible about it, but that's the outfit that that may have resulted in the ban. That's it. And I've got something to say about this if Rev does not. Yeah, the overriding theory is the underboob may have done it, or the hips, because they're not counting tights or pantyhose as being coverage for the hips. That's the running theory. It was either the underboob or the hips.
Model, and as you can see, it is quite racy, and to the surprise of no one but her, I guess, she was banned for what is reported as the 7th time on Twitch.
Yeah,
and as we'll see, that number might actually be even higher.
She said she contacted Twitch and the boobs weren't the issue. There you go. If it really is the hips, if it really is because she showed hips, I'm sorry, what the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here, Twitch, if it really is because she showed hips? Like, talk about misogynistic. You're saying, oh, you can't wear hips, or you can't show hips?
Than 7, somewhere around even a dozen times she has been banned. But she would take to Twitter and get a lot of attention with this post reporting on the situation, basically saying she has been suspended because her new model is too attractive and that it does not break TOS, and her art team followed the TOS to the T, while also saying bigger creators get away with similar behavior all the time.
True.
And that she is not the 1% of streamers that...
Yeah, and I know exactly what she's referring to. When Lily debut, this is not me like knocking on Lily or anything like that, so don't mistake me. I'm not bashing on Lily for anything. But yeah, Lily, when she debuted the model that people were saying was like a copy of Cinder's because she had like the demon horns on it, her outfit was similar, very, very, very similar in style to FeFe's. It was basically, it was basically like a mesh leotard or swimsuit, and showed like everything. It showed everything that FeFe did, and with Lily, it was fine. So, and Lily is not the only one. She's not the, like, I don't want to start calling out other VTubers that I've seen where some of their standard outfits are similar, but there are other VTubers where their standard outfits are very similar in nature. And they don't get banned for it. And it's like, what the hell? So yeah, it's again, we're looking at an uneven application of Twitch's TOS. It's Twitch applying their TOS to people they don't like and ignoring it for people they do like.
Get special treatment. Now, I don't think a lot of people realize a copy of this stream is available on Twitter because she multi-streamed it on Twitter. The VOD on Twitch is in fact gone because that's what got her banned. But a lot of people are focusing on her outfit. I'm going to start by looking at the starting soon screen. This is the first thing that pops up during her stream.
Hold up. All right. If it's this bad, I will not display it. I'm kind of curious what her starting soon screen is. Let me see if I can find it really fast. Give me 1 second. I'll see. Let me go to her media. Let me see if I can find. See if I can find it. Did she? Oh, she may have taken it down from Twitter. It's not on Twitter anymore, so I cannot say. I cannot say if I have no idea about her starting screen. I can't. She doesn't have it posted. So, no idea. No idea. I couldn't say. Maybe Twitter bumped it. It's possible. Let me see. Wait. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let me go back a couple. Hang on a second. Let me go back to April 20th because it was April 20th thing. Maybe I didn't go back far enough. I'll take, yeah, I got it. Okay. I'm not gonna show it, but yeah, this is. Her starting screen alone is bad. Her starting screen is very, very lewd. It is. Um, I will not describe it in detail, but basically, she's basically getting ready for she's presenting herself as in being ready for a lover. Let me just put it that way. That's how she is presenting herself. In this image that Rev has blocked off is like we are on like the razor's edge of porn with her starting screen. Razor's edge. So that I could absolutely see her starting screen. I could absolutely see her starting screen being the reason why she got banned. After seeing that, I don't think it was necessarily her outfit. I think it may have been the starting screen. If any of you guys wanted to go look at it, no, if any of you guys wanted to go look at what her starting screen looks at, it's on her Twitter feed right now. You can go look at it if you wish, but 100%, I fully believe that it's her starting screen that did this, not her outfit. Yeah.
Now, for the purposes of YouTube, I had to censor out anything I thought might get me in trouble with this video, and you're going to ask the question, Rev, why is the whole screen black? Well, my answer is exactly. I mean, this whole thing is about as racy as you can possibly get. This is the first thing you see when she launches up her stream. It's her on her back, her VTuber model, and she is in a leotard with a very revealing pose with her.
Actually, is she even? Hang on. Okay, yeah, it is still the leotard. It is. Okay, I wasn't sure if there was maybe some careful artistry down below where the leotard was no longer present and she's strategically covering herself with her hand. But no, it's the leotard is still there, but still.
Legs up in the air, and she's covering her groin with her middle finger. I mean, this is as racy as you can get. I mean, this would get you in trouble pretty much anywhere, YouTube and Twitch, if the rules are being applied. And to answer another question, yes, the attire rules apply to starting soon screens, especially ones that feature animations featuring your VTuber model. But for the outfit itself that was displayed during the stream, it is the new outfit, and there's a lot of things that might be breaking TOS. The way her chest is displayed, but also the way her hips are displayed. I'm not exactly trying to be a hall monitor here, but she is saying that she is following the rules to a T and did nothing wrong. And a lot of people feel differently about that.
Okay, well, to put a little bit of finer point on it with what Reb was saying is I'm gonna hazard a guess that people don't think that people may not agree that she was following the rules. I think what people have a problem with is the rules in and of themselves, that they're saying you can't display booba. Well, you can, but you know what I mean. And they're saying that you can't show hips. The fact that they're like the model itself is nowhere near as bad as the starting screen. The model, yeah, she's very busty. The leotard is low cut. You can see a lot of the booba. Rev is just covering up because, you know, because the Puritans on YouTube. They like, yes, she's showing a lot of booba. No more than a lot of the other big VTubers out there. No bigger than Lily. No bigger than like Cinder. No bigger than Numi. You know, no bigger than, you know, like the other big VTubers show the same amount of boob that FeFe had in the top of her leotard. The bottom is a normal leotard, nothing special about it. but it's got bare hips. And I think what people and I think what people have a problem with is that Twitch is puritanical. How dare you show bare hips? You're going to corrupt young minds by showing a bare female hip. And it's like, shut up. That, I think, is where people, it's like not saying like, oh, you didn't violate TOS. It's people saying, your TOS is fucking stupid and is misogynistic against women. And I think that is more along the lines of what people might what people might be saying, not like, oh, I don't think she violated TOS. It's like, no, your TOS is stupid. That's what it boils down to.
That. There's also the irony of her jacket saying FTOS, and the TOS would be applied. And she would be banned, like I said, for the 7th time, and she would go to Twitter to make this post saying, pretty angry and hurt by Twitch today. They suspended me because my new model is too attractive. I'm not trying to start stuff, but like I've seen bigger creators debut bunny outfits recently that do break TOS. When designing my new outfit, me and my art team followed TOS to the T. So why am I getting attacked? I just feel like no matter what I do to follow the rules and do what's right, Twitch just enjoys hurting me. I'm honestly so tired of the hypocrisy and the blatant lack of respect.
Well, okay, to your point, it's fact that there's hot tub and bikini pool streams with IRL women in bikinis, but VTubers are made to dress conservatively. Point of fact, VTubers can show hips as long as they are doing a quote-unquote hot tub or pool stream and they have a hot tub or pool on screen with them. Then they can actually like wear a bathing suit that would display hips. So if you're not doing a hot tub or pool stream, then Twitch says, oh, cover those hips up, ladies, you heathens.
/care for streamers not in the 1%. And a lot of people were sharing their condolences and their sympathy for FeFe, saying that she's not getting fair treatment, she did nothing wrong. Some people...
Oh, I thought VTubers tried that before it got banned. You're thinking of Megalodon. Megalodon debuted a new model that had a bathing suit, and she was in pools, like she did do like a quote-unquote beach stream. And then briefly afterwards, she was showing I think she would, like, the beach came off screen or something. And she was like she did like a zoom in to show the details of the model before I think before she changed into a regular outfit. And then Twitch banned her because of that brief moment when the beach scene was not on screen, but she was still wearing a bathing suit and they banned her. Wait, Lucy got banned for roughly the same outfit in a hot tub and got banned for showing thighs. Really? Was that a while ago? I feel like that thing with Lucy happened a while ago. Like a year or two ago, I think. Yeah, and therein lies the biggest complaint where you just said it's not consistent. Therein lies the issue that people have, is that Twitch is very haphazard or very targeted in their application of their TOS. And that's what people have a problem with, is that they'll smack someone like FeFe for violation of TOS, but other VTubers that do the same fucking thing, they don't get touched. And that is where people are having a big issue these days. It's with both VTubing and with IRL streamers, is the very pointed lack of consistency in the application of their TOS, particularly when it comes to Dan Clancy's favorite streamers.
She's not getting fair treatment. She did nothing wrong. Some people even offering to go to the Twitch headquarters to commit felonies. I would not do that. But others were quick to point out that her...
And yes, sorry, I'm pausing a lot, but I do that. You're right. There was a recent thing where some female IRL streamers were like at a pool or something, and they weren't wearing a top, and they just had like paint on them on their chest. I'm not sure if they got banned or not, but yeah, that was a freaking meta for a while. Like they're trying to skirt the issues where like you would have these like EFOTs that were wearing like paints or booty shorts that were green and they were green screening gameplay onto their green booty shorts to try and skirt the TOS. And like it's a constant running game of how much can we skirt the TOS with Twitch.
Her outfit likely violates Twitch TOS in multiple ways. Again, just the way her chest is displayed and the amount that is displayed could be the violation. Her hips are not covered. Again, not playing the hall monitor here and doing a actually, but she's claiming that she did not violate the rules and that she followed them to a T. She does have exposed hips, and no, putting tights over them, which I guess is a toggle for her, does not change that. Like, it has to be clear clothing. And on top of that, there's just so much going on here in this screenshot alone that could be the reason she got banned. And we're not even talking about the starting soon screen, okay? Yeah. And other people were quick to...
And I still firmly believe that the starting soon screen is what did it. Philip, you can say what you want about her model's outfit. 100%, I think it was that starting soon screen that did it to her.
Point out, girl, again, you always follow the rules. This is so mean. Come on, Twitch. Well, this is the 7th time at least she's been banned on Twitch. And doing my research on this, it seems like every single time she's been banned, it's for basically the same reason. She has very revealing outfits. Like
and she's back. She's already back. She was only banned for 1 day. So it was a 1-day ban. She's already back today.
Same thing over and over again. It's just like the OF type streamers who go onto Twitch and just blatantly trample the rules and end up with 7, 8, 10 bans for this same exact thing because they're pushing the boundaries for attention and to promote other websites. And I don't think there's anything different here. And like I said, 7th ban, it might be many more than that, unless she's exaggerating. She points out here, back in 2024, she claims that was the 7th ban, right? And there's been multiple bans since then, so the number of bans is unclear, but she doesn't seem to really care about the TOS. Again, it's in the jacket of her latest outfit, and when pointed out, she says she stands by its statement even more now. But let's move on to the other parts of her post that really doesn't help anything. She points out that other creators have debuted bunny outfits recently that do break the terms of service. So she's not only implying that she didn't break the TOS, she's also saying these other creators did, and they're not getting punished in any...
It's after... So saying, like, I thought after 6 it was a permanent ban. Again, with Twitch, that whole thing's kind of nebulous. But also, like, your ban does come off your account after 1 year. So basically, you know, you get banned, you come back, that record of your ban stays on your account for like 1 year, and then after the 1 year, it goes away. So, you know, basically, I think it's if you basically catch like 5 or 6 within like a 1 year period. So, you know, she had caught, like, you know, like it was the whole thing with Tectone. Tectone was catching, like, ban after ban after ban after ban over the course of only a couple of months or a couple of weeks. And it's one reason why he jumped off of Twitch, why he basically left Twitch entirely at a time, because he had caught, like, four or five fucking bans, and if he caught one more, it would have been a perma on Twitch. But that was all within a short period of time, not stretched out over the course of years. With FeFe's, her multiple bans are stretched out over the course of years. So after 1 year, the ban does come off her account, and so it wouldn't really apply to that whole thing. And yeah, let's not even go into Asmongold's 7-day ban on what was supposed to be a first ban, blah, blah, blah. Again, we're talking about Twitch's abject inconsistency in their enforcement of their rules, in their enforcement of their TOS, of the punishment meted out by their TOS. It's, that's basically what this boils down to.
Sort of a way. And this is something that she says every time she's banned. She says, I wish I could act as lewd as 90% of the VTubers on Twitch, but if I even try, I get banned immediately, which I don't really know how much more lewd you can get than her streams. It seems like they're pretty much as far as you can go. But yeah, Twitch is inconsistent when it comes to the application of their
Yes.
TOS. But it doesn't mean that you're not breaking the rules. Like, I think it's pretty obvious that she's breaking the
True.
rules while claiming she did no such thing. And just like with her
Here we
post,
go.
others are pointing out that other
Yeah.
people recently debuted revealing outfits.
Yep.
One of those examples being Shy Lily. And they say, well, what about Shy Lily? Okay, well, if
Exactly.
Twitch was applying their
So he's covering it up, but you can see Shy Lily is basically wearing a leotard in this first one, just like FeFe was. You can actually see here, look, bare hips. And it's probably, you know, the crotch of the leotard's probably just as narrow as FeFe's. It's literally the same level of coverage and booba display as FeFe. It's the same level of coverage, and her bunny outfit was just as bad. Not well, okay, that is an incorrect word. Her bunny outfit that in this one, which is her newest one, is the same like coverage style as her demon one. It's the same level of coverage across both. And Lily has had no problems whatsoever. Not.
TOS evenly and routinely and regularly across the platform, yeah, she'd be banned too. But there is favoritism and inconsistency.
Yeah, we won't even get into Celestium's ban. So see, Celestium's ban wasn't for appearance. Celestium's ban was for a completely different thing. It was a bullshit reason, and she got brigaded by a psychopath. And Twitch just said, yeah, we're going to side with the psychopath instead of the good Christian girl who's never had a ban in her life. That's a whole different thing entirely. But yeah.
Doesn't change anything, but it doesn't really mean much. This is Twitch. Everyone knows the TOS is applied unfairly, and that's why you should look to other places to stream, especially if you're going to be doing all this lewd content. And again, not only in prior bans from years ago did she bring up that other VTubers are doing way worse and actually breaking TOS. She's also said that every time she's been banned, she has changed her model and made it more wholesome. Press X to doubt. Like, let's be real.
I don't know about
Again,
that.
I'm not even being like mean or cruel. Like, these models are not getting more wholesome. In fact, I think you could argue the opposite, that they're getting more and more revealing as time goes on. Here's the thing, okay? You're basically left with a choice here. Do you want to keep on this platform with the way that it is, with these unfair rules, or do you want to go elsewhere? And she also points out in the replies that, well, the IRL streamers get away with a lot of stuff. And yeah, there is, again, very unequal treatment. I mean, there was just like multiple examples this week of IRL streamers doing outrageous violations of Twitch's TOS. And in the past, we've seen IRL streamers with 14, 15 bans on Twitch continuing to come back over and over again just to repeat the same behavior to get banned and unbanned again.
And again, this is... why do you think he has the nickname of Gunnar Clancy? Again, I will point out that when Dan Clancy was like doing an interview thing where he was showcasing the new feature on the mobile app where you could swipe through like the home screen, like on like the quote unquote home screen, and you could swipe through to different streams. Instead of having to go through a list, you could just swipe like a fucking Tinder profile, and it would swipe to a different stream with every swipe. And every single swipe he did had an e-thought on the screen with every single swipe. I mean, he has the nickname for a reason. For God's sake, when Powder got banned, she basically she increased the bust of her model with AI, put her model in a bra and panties, sent it to the Twitch and said, could you please show this to Dan Clancy? And interesting, the next day she was unbanned. I mean, is it a coincidence? Sure, yes, absolutely, it's possibly a coincidence, but I'm sorry. It's a little bit too coincidental if I'm going to be honest here. So, yeah, it's It's an apple, like, fuck, he's got the name for a reason. He's absolutely got the nickname for a reason.
But the thing is with FeFe, she's doing the same thing, just with a VTuber model. Like, she is breaking the TOS, and she's been banned for the same sort of thing. At this point, we might guess 10 times, and we all recognize, everyone recognizes that this system on Twitch is unfair and unreliable. The rules are not applied equally across the board. It's unfair, yes. But the problem is, at some point, you have to ask yourself, as especially a lewd-tuber, what are you going to do? There's really 3 ways to go about this. You either continue to do what you're doing, which is breaking TOS, and you sit back and wait for the rules to be applied to you and get banned for the 8th, 10th, 12th, whatever time it is at this point. Or you try to, I don't know, tone down your outfits to fall in line with the TOS so you have a better argument when you go onto Twitter and falsely claim.
Well, see, again, here I've got to disagree with Rev a little bit. Her starting screen, yeah. I'm with him on the starting screen. But her outfit is no worse than a bunch of other high profile VTubers. It really isn't. It's the same as the other high profile VTubers that have the same, again, you can, with Lily's outfits, they're literally, FeFe's outfit is no worse than Lily's outfit, and Lily has not caught any heat for it. I'm not trying to bring any heat on Lily. I have no problem with Lily, but it's the same style fucking outfit, and she has not caught a ban at all. So, what the hell are we doing here? Where we're going to be pointing at FeFe's outfit and say, "Oh, your outfit's too lewd," when we're seeing it with other high-profile VTubers. It's incredibly stupid at this point.
That you follow the TOS to the T, or
TOS
shocking,
be applied equally.
I
yes.
know, maybe do these extremely promiscuous streams on adult websites because she has those. Like, why not do them there? And I saw her in reply say, like, well, their interface isn't very good. Well, okay. If you want to do that type of content, you might have to go there. Like, I guess there's, benefits and costs to where you stream. That should be obvious to anyone. But in this, she also points out that she is not part of the 1%, basically implying she's not one of these big streamers who gets all the breaks. And
which, I mean, I was going to say, like, FeFe is a sizable VTuber. She is, maybe she's not in the 1%, but she's in the 2%, okay? She is a high-profile streamer. She's got a lot of brand deals that she's got going on. She is a big streamer. There's no denying this. So her trying to say, like, "Oh, I'm not one of the 1%." I'm sorry, you're damn close to it, if anything.
And I don't know, when you have over 200,000 followers on Twitch and you average thousands of concurrent viewers, I don't really view you as like a small streamer. I think you kind of are the 1%, but that doesn't change the fact that Twitch does in fact
she does. She has GamerSupps flavor.
Apply their TOS however they feel, and in some cases unfairly. And there's posts like this pointing it out, okay? It's like, we get it. It's hard on the one hand to feel sorry for her when it's a habitual behavior in a platform that is inconsistent, right? There's multiple things that can be true at the same time. And this post says, how many more times will I see VTubers complain that they got suspended or whatever because of their model? Yes, it's BS that bigger creators get away with wearing less. Yes, I agree hips aren't sexual. No, tights don't count as coverage. Those lines are getting you banned, and that bottom bit is also violating the TOS. Taps the sign, and there are guidelines that are provided that are very clear about what is allowed and what is not allowed, especially when it comes to VTuber models. And there's some other points being raised here, not just
Thank you,
the
Sketty.
two sides of this about the application of the TOS, but also the continued behavior pushing the line from FeFe,
And Holy
but
Bull,
also the
thank
fact that
you.
every time she gets banned, she gets a new outfit, and it's even more revealing than the latest. Then it's followed by pity posting, and then those end up getting deleted in most cases. And you know the irony of FTOS being on the jacket
Yeah.
itself, and her basically saying, "I'm gonna double down on that message." Like, I don't know. There is definitely a theory out there, and one that's worked for a lot of other IRL streamers, where they do these stunts on purpose to get banned. They just try to farm as much money as possible and attention as possible and promote their adult content, get banned, eventually get unbanned, and just repeat the cycle to promote stuff off of Twitch and to make as much money as possible in a short period of time on Twitch. I don't really see how this is different. Like, the excuses being made here don't really add up. Yes, she violated TOS. Like, I'm not trying to do a actually. She clearly did on multiple levels. I think that's fair to say. And yes, there's unfair and inconsistent application of TOS. We understand all of this. They can both be true. They can both be true. I think she is a habitual rule breaker. She pushes the line intentionally, and she keeps finding out but doesn't change anything. In fact, if anything, she is getting more revealing with her outfits and her content, and it's no surprise this would happen. And, you know, just saying, oh, well, look at someone else doing it, they're getting away with it, that doesn't absolve you of anything. And in fact, it just proves that you should probably just leave the platform and do this content where A, it's probably more appropriate, or B, you know, I guess won't get you the inconsistent treatment, or maybe tone it down. I don't know. But that's your problem to figure out at this point. You know, this is not something that is always a great situation because someone is being banned. You know, they're not doing anything that's like illegal or crazy, but like this is clearly TOS. Like, this is the rules Twitch made. And if you hate the platform and how they enforce their TOS, fair enough. Fair enough. Heard. Okay? But go somewhere else or tone it down and follow the rules. I don't know what else to tell you at this point. Like, I am definitely the buzzkill today. I'm Sir Buzz Killington. I don't know what else to say, but it's kind of hard to feel a lot of pity for this individual in particular. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please like the video, subscribe, put on notifications, and in case you don't know, I'm live on YouTube multiple times a week. Just started at the beginning of March. Been having a blast and would love to see you there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
You know, so, I mean, that's what it boils down to, is an unfair application of TOS. You know, if Twitch applied its application of its TOS fairly, then people might not have had such a poor response. But the problem is, they're not. That is the issue, is that it's a very, very inconsistent application of TOS. And that is what is pissing people off. Is like, okay, you want to have this TOS that says, no, you know, you can't show hips. Okay, people are gonna fucking hate that because, you know, what problem do you have with a woman showing her hips? You know, why are you trying to shame women and their bodies by saying, don't you dare show a bare hip? You know, what the fuck is wrong with you on that? But at the same time, it's not being applied equally to everybody, and it's becoming more targeted. So, like with FeFe, the argument could be made that if it was because of her model, again, I don't think it was, but if it was because of her model, and people could point out, it's like, okay, well, you don't like FeFe because FeFe pushes the boundaries and is a rule breaker, so you're using this opportunity to slap her for this outfit because it happens to violate TOS. But at the same time, you have other VTubers and IRL streamers out there that are also violating the TOS, sometimes grotesquely so, and they don't get touched. nothing happens to them. And therein lies where people are, so upset about this. FeFe's saying, like, I followed it to a T, and who you bullshitting, sweetheart? But the fact that that Twitch is not applying this TOS equilaterally to other people that violate the same rules, and they're being very selective in who they apply it to, that's where people have the issue with it. Now, do I think that her start screen got her on the radar, which resulted in the ban, and they could qualify it as her outfit? Yes. Like FeFe, I'm not defending her. She 100% did it to herself. That start screen alone could have facilitated a ban. That start screen alone, I could easily see being enough. Like, and you know me, I'm not, like, I don't have a problem with her model. Her model in and of itself, I think is fine. I don't think that her model, yeah, it's a bit booby, but I don't think it's problematic. Her start screen, however, yeah, that one was way too lewd for Twitch. It was way too graphic and suggestive for Twitch. I'll agree with that. And chances are that's what probably put her on Twitch's radar for this latest ban. And I'm sorry, she only has herself to blame on that one. She really does. But in the end, people just want the TOS applied fairly, and it hasn't been for a long time. And this is just kind of bringing that up again of how Twitch routinely refuses to apply TOS fairly to other content creators, and they absolutely show their massive levels of favoritism to the streamers that they like. And that's essentially what this all boils down to in the end.